back. I should be able to complete the remainder of Trigger's, or I'm sorry, Karen's story in this part. So, yeah. Wait. Oh. I was wondering why there was like this wide open space. I thought they actually changed the area, but no. Like, I thought this part was this part, but no, we just came in from the other angle. Oh, I'm sorry, I don't think I properly explained what I'm doing. We're going to finish the rest of the story for Trigger's story. I had to stop the recording, so this is the third one. I'm in good health now. That's good. My son, can you see me now? I'm doing well. My legs and feet are fine. I just miss you so much. Excuse me, are you Cactus' mother? Ethel? Oh, you are. I recognize you. I saw you once in the military camp after the fall of the old city. You're Caucasus. Cauc- You're my son's teammate. One of the survivors. I've been wanting to get in touch with you over the years to see how you've been, but I've never heard from you. I didn't expect to meet you here at the Remembrance Day. I guess this is fate. Ethel. Is your health still? I'm in good health, dearie. Fortunately, everything is fine. Although I'm the only one left in the family, the pension from the government is enough and I still have some years in me. Gotta love that military propaganda. I guess in the actual trailer, they kind of make it seem like military. I don't know. I'm, I'm sorry. Cositis. Coxitus. Cositis. Hmm. I'm sorry. Cositis. He. Child, you don't need to apologize. My son may appear carefree on the surface, but he's always felt so much pressure. One day he suddenly told me that he found a companion who truly understood him. I believe he was talking about you. How could I possibly blame you? Someone who helped my son is such a blessing. You, a kind-hearted person, are alive and standing here today. I'm so glad. Oh, but if only my son was also alive, I'd be even gladder. I'd be gladdest. Man, they're really laying on thick, like, hey, don't feel guilty, which I guess is good for. Would this be Survivor's Guild? I mean, I guess it's literally Survivor's Guild, but they're really laying it on thick in this story. Like the daughter, like the literal immature child is the. Well, I guess it makes sense that only the immature child would be like, "Fuck you! Why didn't you save my dad?" And everyone and the mom's just like, "Yo, it's not her fault. I'm sure she did everything she could. That's a horrible thing to say." Anyways, Mrs. Ethel, child, don't worry about me. Since you're here for Remembrance Day, take your time to walk around and look around. I hope you find something meaningful. Oh no. Hello, dearie. How are you today? That's not even. One day I'll be good at doing voices, but today is not that day. You're surprised many relatives of deceased liar members are here for Remembrance Day event. It's really just a coincidence. She pondered. The relatives had gathered in front of Carol.
Miss, I'm sorry for being mean to you before. Mom told me you were protecting Dad until the very last moment before you passed out. I shouldn't have said you left him to die.
I'm really sorry. Zita was really young when it happened, so she was too little to understand, and I haven't really talked about it. I hope she didn't upset you.
No, she was right. If only I'd been strong enough to take down most of the ethereals. Maybe they wouldn't have ended up in that situation.
Oh, that's not fair. The old capital was falling. No single person's strength could ever be the deciding factor in the face of a disaster like that.
In spite of it all, you survived. If they were still here, I'm sure they'd see that as something to celebrate.
I've always known the truth. I failed to protect them. A weakling like me survived, and the rest of them disappeared without a trace. This isn't solace. It's the worst possible outcome. That's something I can't face. I've never had the courage to tell you I couldn't protect your loved ones. All I can do is wander New Eridu, hoping to find some trace of them. Even after all this time, I still haven't accomplished anything. I'm sorry.
You really don't know us at all. This isn't the worst possible outcome by any means. Styx, my husband, and all his comrades who lost their lives, each one of them left behind their own legacy. Just look all around you. Everyone standing before you is a legacy they protected that is carried on to this day. After my husband passed away, Zita and I received survivor benefits. And with all the odd jobs I've been doing, we've managed to get to where we are today. Styx always wanted our daughter to study art, and Zita's interested in it too. Now, that dream has become a reality. She just got accepted into the art school in Janus Quarter.
Mom and I have our tough days, but I often think of Dad's cheerful laughter, and that memory gives me the strength to keep pushing through.
Thank you for always being by my husband's side, even at the very end.
Well, I suppose you must have heard about my condition from my son.
Ethel, Cocytus used to tell me about you.
Good
You
kind
often
of.
took leave or skipped work to earn extra money by part-timing, or to care for you when you were sick in bed.
Yes, that's true, but I bet he never told you my illness became so bad that I needed major surgery, and he worked his tail off to raise the money. Who would have thought he would pass before me?
Time out. What did Trigger say? Skip work, turn extra money, buy part-time, I'm gonna take care of you when you're sick in bed. I'm gonna do
I
auto.
used the benefits from his death for the surgery. And that's the only reason I'm here today. In a way, his passing allowed my life to continue. Every time I think about it, I feel like I need to keep my body healthy and live a few more years. The sights I see, I believe he can sense them from somewhere far away. When I was too weak to take care of him, it was you and your comrades who stayed by his side. Thank you for everything that you've done for him.
As for me, well, I'm currently working as a fashion designer.
A fashion designer? Is that because of Acheron?
It is. I'm sure you remember how much she loved beautiful things. She was always into fashion, so I decided to become part of that world. That way, she can always be with me. I admit I had no idea how fun fashion design could be until I actually gave it a shot. I wish I'd figured that out sooner. We would have had so much more to talk about. Anyway, I'm planning to start my own fashion brand next year. She used to say that after retiring from the army, she wanted to pursue fashion design. I really want to carry on her dream. It feels like my life's purpose. You know, she used to talk about you when she came home for the holidays. How your rivalry pushed her to keep improving. So, thank you. I'm proud of my sister. And I'm proud of you, too.
As you can see, all of us have made it to this day, carrying the will of those we loved. So please don't say they left nothing behind. They've always been a part of every pain and joy we've experienced over the years. Please remember, everything and everyone in New Eridu is only here today because you all risked your lives in battle.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone. It's been wonderful to hear about how you're all doing and to listen to these words. I'm so glad I decided to come here on Remembrance Day.
Speaking of which, I wasn't expecting to see any of you. What brings you here today?
I could ask you the same thing, Ethel. Last time I asked, you said you weren't coming. I only came because I suddenly got a DM from Nathan. He said he really wanted me to be here.
I'm here because of Nathan's message, too. He was pretty insistent, so I thought he'd be here. But I've been looking around for a while now. I still haven't seen him.
So it's the same for all of us. I responded to his message, but he never wrote back. Isn't that strange?
Sorry, but who's this Nathan you're talking about?
Nathan is Lethe's younger brother. Frankly, out of all of us, he's probably the one who wants to see you the most. He used to be part of the defense force himself, and...
The day the old capital fell, his squad was responsible for supporting the forces that had already entered the Hollow, which included all of you. He's told us that story so many times. When they saw how bad things were in that Hollow, some of the reinforcements called off their plans and pulled back. He tried to stop them, but there was nothing he could do.
He always blamed himself and wanted to find you to apologize. But the truth is, the reinforcements retreating was inevitable. Shortly after their retreat, headquarters issued the official order. We all lost someone in that disaster. And for a while, we resented the reinforcements for their decision. But over time, we came to understand it and eventually let it go. There was no avoiding casualties in that battle. In hindsight, it wasn't wrong for headquarters to prioritize saving their strength.
May I ask what the name of Nathan's squad was when he was in the defense force?
The Impera squad of the Obsidian Division. Is something wrong?
Nothing. It's just... I think I might have stumbled upon the answer I was looking for.
As the four family members paid their respects and left, they continued touring on Remembrance Day. Karen stood there, seemingly having understood something. Moments sound came from open space in front of the outpost. It seemed someone had stepped onto the podium, and citizens all gathered in the podium, preparing to listen to the person's speech. Peter Piper picked a pack of pickled peppers. Okay, so, like, Nathan is gotta be the shooter, right? He's mad at other people for retreating, and this is just venting his frustrations. When the schedule, it should be time for a representative of retired Defense Force veterans to give a speech. It looks like the speech is about to begin. A little bit concerned. Can we go over the speech for a moment? Dog.
Is that Zoe on the podium?
Is she here to speak on behalf of the soldiers? A decorated veteran. That seems fitting. But I don't see Jesse or Eric.
Everyone please, quiet down. Zoe of Nemesis Squad, a representative of the veterans, will now deliver the
Hello, everyone. I'm honored to stand here and speak on behalf of all of the soldiers of many of us lost relatives or friends in the disaster, and I am no exception. Every member of my squad perished in that battle, leaving me as the only survivor. Losing the friends you cherish to the Hollow is a... However, to the families of the fallen soldiers, hold your heads high with pride for your loved ones who gave their lives. They fought to the very last moment when the old cap... They gave their lives facing an unstoppable disaster, exchanging their sacrifice for the world we have today. In doing so, they fulfilled their duties as soldiers to perfection. Without the blood they spilled, Eridu would not have endured, and new Eridu would never have risen from the ashes. In honor of the wishes of the departed, look ahead, people of New Eridu. Our thoughts and remembrance of...
Zoe's speech is met with a wave of prolonged applause. Yet amidst the crowd, she droops her head or expresses darkening. She stays silent, waiting for the applause to fade. Before lifting her head and scanning the crowd, her eyes briefly pause Karen, carrying a chilling aura.
My speech was meant to end here, but since you all seem quite engaged...
Oh, is she the?
Please allow me to share a little more. The reason you all agree with what I've said is because it offers a way to step away from the pain. That's what the living do. They seek ways to ease the weight of others' deaths, so they can... This is the new Eridu of today. A huge disaster consumed the old capital, and the people who survived it, no one talks about the soldiers who gave their lives in Hollow Zero. No one asks why they had to die. The brave gave their lives battling the ethereal onslaught, while the weak survived. This is a new Eridu, built by weaklings. Its order founded upon their way of thinking. Your applause makes me realize you all accept this logic. Each of you had loved ones who sacrificed their lives in the fall of the old capital. And now, you're thankful that someone has encouraged you to move on from them. What meaning does the sacrifice
Or they were
of
just
those
being
who died
polite.
have if you all choose to forget? Have you never thought about
You're in a
why your
remembrance
own
ceremony.
loved ones had to die, and why no one is responsible for their deaths?
Miss Zoe, there's not much time left.
Open your eyes! I'm speaking to those who have lost loved ones. If death is the medal for the fallen, then pain is the cross the living must bear. If you fear it's to tear the wound open once again, so you'll never forget the searing...
I don't agree.
Charon, I didn't expect you to be here for Remembrance Day. How are things going with your search? Seems like you have something to say.
Among the people standing here, there's a woman who raised her daughter with the survivor benefits left by her husband. Another who's been able to carry on with her life thanks to the final efforts of her child. And yet another who's found purpose because of the influence of his late sister. The will of the deceased lives on in every person here. The soldiers who died, the old me might have agreed with what you said. But someone taught me that pain and hardship can lead to hope. They helped me see that hope could be inherited, not just that's why. I believe the departed didn't leave us wounded or with a heavy cross to bear, but with a melody. Each of us holds a harmonica that plays the melody of life. At first, it made...
You seem quite certain about what you're saying. Tell me then, what kind of melody is left behind by those we've lost?
I'm not sure. I can't picture the exact melody, but I trust the answer I've chosen.
A vague and insubstantial answer, isn't it? I was right about you, Charon. From the moment we met.
I'm sorry you feel that way.
Everyone, I apologize for taking up your time. My speech ends here. Please feel free to continue with your visit.
She left without sparing a single glance back, and the defense force in a state of confusion.
What do you
She looks
think,
squarely to
Proxy?
despair.
Her demeanor and what she said earlier.
You mean about her real identity, right? Shielded by her identity as a decorated soldier. She seemed pretty confident that we wouldn't confront her directly on military ground, like at the outpost. She arrived so brazenly and left without a care.
Looks like you're a little busy, so I'll keep it short. The client just sent me a location. I'll send you the location shortly. It should be an entrance to the Hollow in Port Elpis. At this stage...
A location with a picture of the hostages. Looks like Grim...
Charon, what's your plan? No matter what you decide, I'll stay...
I've made up my mind. Proxy, please accept my official commission. It's up to me to stop Grim Vulture.
You leave Remembrance Day event with Charon? The showdown is about to begin. Proxy, thank you for accompanying me this far. Upcoming battle, Grim Vulture has likely already set up stage with traps we may need to embrace. Alright, so we're heading down there. To be honest, there isn't a viable strategy. The opponent, blah blah blah. Entering the battlefield, be prepared by such a formidable enemy alone. It's foreseeable that she will continuously occupy. Theoretically speaking, that's right. A sniper duel, the one who fails to secure the best vantage point or closest to position is always the loser. But I believe there's still a chance. Oh, I'm sorry, that must have been very gross. I think I'll probably just cut out this entire thing. It's basically just a setup. I could sense the pride and patience as a grim sniper, but the pride is definitely something we can turn against her. I believe she would never accept the idea of me surpassing her in sniping skills. I can now match her at a critical moment, expose her weakness. This is what I've chosen. I'll fight, I'll succeed, win the battle. You'll trust me, right? I trust you. Alright, let's go.
Did you come?
I am the eradicate all evil.
Oh wait,
I've got this as one.
it's the cunt. Let's make a grand entrance.
A little sneezy. But we're all good. Okay, those are a little stuttery there for a second, but we're back.
Charon, look! Another communicator.
Step. Step, step. Come on. Alright. Oh.
Another communicator. It's a bad habit.
Oh, really? I think it's rather good for my mental health to witness in real time how my target becomes desperate and gives up their struggle.
Do you really still need to disguise your voice? I thought you didn't want to hide anymore, Zoe.
You're right. Seems there's no need for secrecy anymore. I, Zoe, the sniper known as Grim Vulture of Nemesis Squad, send you my regards.
Zoe. No. Grim Vulture. You, like me, were one of the advanced troops deployed to suppress Hollow Zero right after the fall of the old capital, right? Noct, Cartes, and Impera Squad. So far, all the victims have been members of these squads. They were initially supposed to enter the Hollow to reinforce the advanced troops. Nemesis, your squad, lacking reinforcements, lost everyone except you in the fall of the old capital. You blamed their deaths on the absence of reinforcements and sought revenge on them. That's my conclusion. Just like me. The fall of the...
A sniper, the sole survivor, a mere pawn abandoned by the military. Don't you think we're very much alike? The Impera squad member, Nathan, the one you're searching for, he pleaded with me to let him go when I was about to kill him, saying he had to see you no matter what. That's how you caught my attention.
Wow, fuck you. Also, now it dawns on me that her kind of like checking her nails when we first saw her wasn't just weird NPC, wasn't just a weird choice. It was meant to be like, oh, well, she seems rather calm about this whole thing and dismissive.
I let him live to get all sorts of information on you. I was so curious about you. It turned out we share the same story. We even got the same PTSD symptoms. After all these years, we still see images of our teammates before they die. It's impossible to erase them from our minds. It's just... You use ridiculous fantasies to numb yourself, chasing after illusions of your squad mates. Well, I can't afford to be as naive as you. One night, when I was overwhelmed with the unbearable images of my comrades' deaths, vomiting and crying, I find they were pleading with me. Pleading for vengeance against those who abandoned us, begging me to just so. I carried on their will. I began...
You really think this is what...
What else? Would they want me to be like you, playing at a game of finding my missing squad mates, except what a noble and virtuous gesture. Forgive on behalf of fallen comrades, coexist with new Eridu's order, and live peacefully among cowards. It's precisely because you and I are so similar that this hypocritical and cruel attitude makes it even harder for me to forgive you. After our first conversation, I was certain I must end your life myself to prove I'm right.
That's exactly what I wanted to say to you, too. Because we've suffered this Jesse, Aaron, Nathan, the client I've been searching for, and any other targets of revenge you've set your sights on. They all feel regret and struggle, but you can't see any of that. You didn't target the higher-ups who misjudged the situation, the dangerous ethereals who killed your comrades, or the ones responsible for the fall of the old capital. Instead, you went after the easiest targets. Grim Vulture, as a sniper of the Eridu Defense Force, you have failed in...
I mean, she's not wrong.
To preserve the will and hope left by my comrades, I'm going to put an end to your actions right here.
You think that's to make her more despicable villain, but they didn't make them more reasonable targets?
Make it to the deepest part of the hollow alive, and I'll meet you with nothing but raw malice. Since you made it here, let me reward you with a few things you don't know. Noct,
Say it.
Cartus, Impura, and many other squads. Did you know the reinforcements that were meant to back us up ended up deciding to retreat?
Yes, we were just told that. I guess we weren't there, but still.
Relying on a show of hands to vote, isn't that ridiculous?
I mean, okay, that is kind of dumb.
Lives were discarded in such an absurd way, like a kindergarten election for class monitor. So, when I killed them, I employed the same method. I made the dozen or so people I captured vote on who I should kill first. You wouldn't believe how funny it was. Oh, laugh. Why aren't you
Okay, so she is a sick fuck.
Recalibrating. You're cornered.
Cutting.
I'll take point. Jesse and Aaron, do you have them too? Or are they already?
You still care about them? Or should I say... It looks like I haven't made enough of a threat to your life if you still have the time to worry about them. Why not leave their fate hanging as an unsolved mystery?
Wah, wah, wah.
Normally that's more suspenseful, right? the underworld with your insides spilling out. Don't be the two of them. Wouldn't it be more exciting to wait until then to reveal the answer?
When's...
Those two morons are so stupid. Oh, it's hilarious. I just pretended to fit in a little, and they treated me as one of their own. They had their guard up, but they never thought to watch out for me. It's no surprise they retreated back then. Bunch of good-for-nothing idiots.
This would probably be faster if I actually wasn't pausing to like hear what they're saying, but gotta know.
Adjusting for wind.
Okay, evade.
Show no mercy.
Weakling. Vanish.
Supporting position. Don't hesitate. Fire support ready.
Alright. I do hate how slow she is talking. Because I'm like, I'm trying to get through this, but you could...
This extreme weather is perfect for sending you to your grave, don't you think? No one will hear your screams and cries as you die.
And keep talking, or... Do you think it's because of the translation?
The only thing left will be your cold corpse. I wonder.
Oh wait, I could have been doing this the whole time?
Remember the weather on the day the old capital fell?
Yeah, can't catch me. The enemy is ambushing.
It wasn't heavy rain like now. The sky was just dark.
Supporting position.
Both your teammates and mine. They all perished in a place like this. Now that I think about it, I guess I'm actually doing something good. Because if I let you and your teammates die here, maybe you'll be reunited. Aww. You should be grateful. I'll make sure you die just as painfully as your teammates did.
You know, for someone who seems to really care about honoring their memory,
Vulture, are you in pain?
you're really vindictive and kind of insulting them as well.
Don't you get it? I'm the one in charge of this conversation. I haven't given you permission to ask questions.
I can sense your suffering. It's...
This is clearly like the big area. Alright.
You made it to the deepest part of the hollow in one go. Ah! Such determination deserves praise! Now, it's time for the final showdown we agreed on.
Victory, the only option.
Foolish is the only way to put it. Neither ever confront their enemy head on.
them down.
I prepared a little gift for you.
Fire support ready.
I named it Teacher of Supporting a high-ranking officer. It wasn't easy luring it here. You can play with it for a while.
He's dedicated to the world.
Good shot.
As for me, I'll watch you from above. Then I'll put a bullet right through your heart.
Vanished. Fire support ready. Ether vision activate.
Ooh, that thing.
The real failure as a sniper is the one who's been forced into a corner, like you!
The wind. It's shifting.
I won't fall for your distractions so easily. What?
I will surpass you with my own melody of victory.
Damn!
And let the wind be the opening notes.
Ooh.
Charon! No! Wake up! Charon! That's...
Ooh, of course, what is that harmonica made out of? After a gunshot, halted by silence once more. Attempting over and over to wash away the scent of blood that oozed from the wounds of the defeated, only to fail time and time again. The loser pays no attention to her mortal wound, only staring at the distant horizon as though salvation might be awaiting there. Sometime later, the victor has climbed the steel and stands in front of her. They share their last words.
Just you? Where's your friend, the proxy?
Almost
The
done.
proxy went to rescue the hostages. I want to speak with you alone.
I guess this will be a spoiler, but I didn't get a good scene for the previous image, and this will be a nice cover image. Might be violent with the blood.
A sniper should always monitor the changes to their surroundings, factoring the environment into their tactics. Being blinded by the intent to kill and failing to take this into account was your downfall.
Didn't expect to be lectured by a youngster. What a disgrace. When my view was blocked, I realized you'd used the visual blind spot to reposition. So I adjusted my aim accordingly. But I still couldn't hit you.
Your prediction and accuracy were spot on. I was just saved once again, but...
Are you trying to say that this is destiny? That it's the will of my companions guarding me? I lost to the wave of ethereals, to the military's betrayal. And now I lose to your reckless actions, driven by some ridiculous fantasy.
Watching a thing.
Your fantasy, your attitude, your very existence, and the outcome of this battle. They are the greatest denial and insult to my revenge.
Yet you're emitting a much calmer ether energy now. Almost as if you found relief.
My vision is fading. I can't see my comrades on the brink of death anymore. My wounds are fatal. I don't feel any pain. Relief. It's not such a bad thing.
Did you intend for me to kill you from the start?
Let me answer that question with a story. The first time I saw you
Yeah,
was
I'm
actually
reading.
during the fall of the old capital. My comrades were all dead,
Bye.
and the reinforcements the higher-ups promised before the mission never came. I can't even remember how long the fight went on. Ultimately, I had no choice but to retreat, failing to bring back my squad mates' bodies. I made my way through one battle line after another. advanced troops were nearly wiped out. But when I reached a certain front, a small squad of survivors called out to me. Few people can still stand after such severe corruption and injury, but all 5 of them
Hold
were
on.
still fighting. They were protecting
No.
a girl who had lost her sight and fallen
I will.
unconscious while searching for a way out of the hollow.
Sorry about that.
They told me they were beyond saving. And if I planned to retreat, I must take the girl with me. I couldn't turn down your comrades entrusted your life to me. I was the one who brought you out of the hollow. You already know what happened afterward. It didn't take long. I developed PTSD so intense that sometimes I couldn't even hold a normal conversation. But for me, the hardest blow was the death of my squad. To an orphan like me, they were family. If the reinforcements had kept their word and provided...
To say I don't would be a lie. But I think deep down you know. From them, given how quickly the Hollow was spreading, and the ever-increasing number of ethereals, it would take the sacrifice of countless Defense Force troops to suppress it. It wasn't something that could have been accomplished in such a short time. The reinforcements would have... Canceling the reinforcements, sending the advanced troops to rescue as many civilians as possible to minimize casualties.
Objective and cold logic. I understand it, of course. But when you see members, I couldn't. Even if the chance was minuscule, I wanted my squad mates to survive. I can't help but resent them. By the time I realized Nathan, when I tied him up and was about to kill him, I think I've said this before, we're very similar. That we have completely opposite beliefs. After meeting you, you're still entangled in your obsession with your squad mates. If this continues, you'll eventually sink into a void of despair. The version of you I want to kill is the complete one, who can firmly reject my answer. If I kill you, or you end me, either way works. But
why?
Emptiness and doubt. No matter how many targets of my revenge I took down, nothing changed. Aiming my gun at former you're different. You've gained unconditional trust from the proxy. You have the courage to... My belief has faltered. I finally remember. You're right. They would never want me to become this way. I talk about... So be it. Take the hostage and go. I'm looking forward to how long you'll be.
She's eyes bleeding out, barely clinging to life. A faint glimmer appears in her empty eyes in her
I
final
can
moment.
still be played after taking a bullet. Impressive.
This is my final melody to you. No matter how miserable you've become, your hatred has long twisted into sin. But if not for you, I wouldn't have learned how to hate, or found the true targets of my hatred. I used to know nothing. My teammates served as my teachers and taught me so much. You taught me in the most...
Really? That's good.
Hey! She dead! You to kidnap people. This series of tasks done with such intense. You're dizzy. Leave a message going to port Atlas. He, the client, and according to separate, he, the client, and the rescue. Let's go talk to them. No way to be. I guess I'm gonna go. This is the spot when her vision. She could have retreated, waited for her sights to clear, and then resumed sniping. If she'd done that, I would have had no chance of winning, but I probably wouldn't allow her to take actions that tactics were in failure. She still chose to engage in a shootout with me despite the blind spot. This strategy was a success, but after realizing that she actually wanted to die, trying to wonder, was my course of action something she deliberately led into? Found a way to break her trap and create an opportunity for reversal. She was waiting for that moment. So that I truly surpassed her through a direct confrontation, I believe that was her intention. This would have been very complicated. Foxy once appeared here at the port, standing at the trash can on the wooden pier, gazing out to the sea. Okay, that makes it weirder, because she was one of the optional people we could have talked to, but we weren't able to. Which I guess would have also made her way more suspicious, but still, goddamn. I wonder. That the client's true identity is not my teammate, and I've been. Alright, let's go. We are almost done with the story. Cat. Now. Oh, hey! Should I, talk to them? Saying some tips about working in the internet. Competition, meet again, get my life again. I don't know how to say thank you. So hers, but move, copy, kidnap same person, made my same kid. It's saying a career change. Someone just wanted to kill me. They have to be knocked me out again and left me to be rescuing you. But that time, suspected Zoe. Suddenly showed up at my door, claiming to have important information. I was prepared that I ended up being tired of now the second time. What happened next? Hey, but instead, stood directly and pointing her gun at me. Feel the true reason why she wanted to kill me. I don't want to remember. I am a coward. At the most critical moment, I just retreat along close to the troops. People that were expanding Hall Zero, and the person you're looking terrified too. When I stepped inside, death was starting to reach. The person knew that. My actions during the fall was down my grand defense force. I thought being killed by her would have been nothing less than what I deserved. Yeah, my resigned was when I was about to be killed. I was so terrified. I see, but you didn't put the paper. One of the girls, my eyes empty, looked at me as if I were an insect. Raised a gun, ripped the bullets into the ceiling, and walked away. It's meaningless. Those were the last words he said to me. Me back then outside the Hall Zero, the checker, which means I have to test the soon. Wrong choice? I don't know. Okay, dang, well. You don't need to be an asshole to me. Have anything to say, Shepard? Are you angry? Probably. You're the only one companion helping you still gentle. You never share those case in detail, do you? Not to see rookies charge off and things for themselves. I guess you can't work together. You can't work together. Being able to... There it is. You think no matter how information brokers get, influence is limited. When they pay them becomes lazy proxy? I don't think it happened to the treasury balance. Alright, that makes him a little more nice. See you. Thank you for saving me. Thank you for providing. Still took a dig against Zoe. Are you okay? Herbs are fractured. I'm here today, barely holding on. It's too foolish. I was never even considered the possibility that Zoe was the perpetrator. On the way home from Valley Towers, we walked together. She was knocked unconscious from behind and brought me to the hollow again. If she was the perpetrator, I would have killed her right then and there. That friend of yours? Told me your reasons for killing. I was about to shoot me. The likely thing about was that she had kidnapped my friend. Questioner. Back then, outside the Holland. Troops. I mean, he felt the situation was dying and voted to retreat, but my friend, he voted to go in. Why did you go after her? If you want revenge, you should have just killed me. Where is she now? She didn't even care about the gun pulling my throat. She was being this. Until she admitted that she had killed my friend. I'll never forgive her, even if choosing to retreat was my mistake. She She carried the pain of losing a companion. I only had one thought, to take her down with me. But you survived. Yes, ropes. Couldn't threaten her. All I could do was insult her over again, begging her to kill me. But you didn't. Spin me again, beat me half to death. Stopped just before pulling the trigger. I glared at her with hatred, only to find her returning the gaze with even greater hatred. Her face streaked with tears. Why would scum like you even care about the companions? She kicked me twice with all her strength. I never without those words. Things survive. How many families have been torn apart because of her? She still dares to call me scum. That's bad. There's no point saying anything anymore. My friends will never come back. And I can never forget the fall of the old captain. It was a series of nightmares that have followed recently. Meet her again. If I die, yeah, sell the skull with her. Until that time comes, I'll make sure to survive. Anyway, thank you. Damn. That sucks.
So you're the sniper from Liar Squad. Nice to finally meet you.
And you must be the one who's been searching for me. Nathan, the younger brother of Lethe.
That's right. I'm sorry for causing all this trouble. I nearly cost you your life, becoming a target of a victim from the fall of the old capital. Maybe that's what I get, not helping my brother and the rest of the defense force back then.
I thought Lethe was a girl.
When the reinforcements decided to retreat, I spoke out against it. I had family among the soldiers already in the Hollow, but I didn't have the courage to take that step. The one that might have cost me my life. I'm sorry.
You don't need to feel regret or apologize. The outcome wasn't something you could have controlled. You cared deeply for Lethe. And even today, you still think of him. To someone like him, who always cherished family. That's more than a—
Thank you. I heard you've been searching for the members of Liar Squad all these years. I'm nothing compared to your determination. Thank you for everything you've done, but please stop the search. It's time for you to start living a life that's truly your own. I hate to say this as a family member, but back then, they were already—
I know. You don't need to say it. I've been drowning in a fantasy of my own making for years. But it's a fantasy that kept me from falling into the abyss. Nathan, Grim Vulture told me you have something you want to give me.
Yes. After learning about the bond between you and your squad, I knew I couldn't live with myself if I didn't get this to you. So I got on my knees and begged, regardless of how things unfolded. What matters is that it wasn't destroyed, and I'm here, alive, to hand it to you.
Tape from Squad. This long sealed recordings sparked the series of events that would follow. Just pass on the tape strips.
I found this while going through my brother's belongings. It's been tucked away.
Thank you so much.
With us?
Me and Belle? We're honored.
Go ahead. As for the commission fee, I'll pay it to you both shortly, so...
Hey, hello? Alright, it's a recording. This is a message from Liar Squad for our little sniper. Everyone ready? I'll count down. 3, 2, 1. Congratulations on your 1000th day with Liar Squad!
Hey, you guys are totally out of sync. Captain, can we redo this? The anniversary gift has to be perfect.
Hey, they skipped that line. Today's Trigger's big day.
That's our assault specialist, Acheron. She has a strong sense of aesthetics, prioritizing beauty in both combat and her daily life. She taught me a lot about makeup and fashion.
Oh, she won't care if we're a little off. Forget the re-record. Let's just get it done and order the cake. We don't want him to sell out.
That's our assault specialist, Acheron.
Proud female
She has a
voice.
strong sense of That's our medic, Kakaitis. He's usually lazy and a bit of a smooth talker, but he's actually very capable and kind. He taught me a lot about unconventional negotiation tactics and ways of handling.
You two stop arguing during the recording. I've already ordered the cake. If you keep rambling, we really will have to re-record this. Cut the chatter already.
And that Styx, a reliable artillery specialist. He's the oldest in the squad. He loves sharing photos of his daughter and reminiscing about how he wooed his wife.
The way he won her over inspired me a lot.
All right, let's all calm down. Wouldn't want to get on the captain's bad side. Captain, would you like to go first? We can edit or re-record whatever we need to.
That's our scout and engineer, Lethe. He's a bit self-conscious because of how his younger brother excels, and he's somewhat introverted. But he's actually very capable. He taught me sharp observation skills, calm execution under pressure, and how to make you—
Okay, thank you all for settling down before I completely lost my cool. It's fine. No need to cut anything or re-record. Let's just keep it as it is. Loud and messy, just like our Liar Squad.
That's our captain, who took me in and taught me how to play the harmonica. And the real Charon. I'll make sure to explain properly to you later, Proxy.
As you've heard, this recording is a little gift from the 5 of us. How time flies. When I brought you into the squad about 2.5 years ago, you were just a shy kid. Over these 1,000 days, you've really worked hard to keep pace with our fighting rhythm. You've done incredibly well. In the last mission, your successful sniper kill of that high-risk ethereal... I hate to say it, but yeah, I went too far in last time. Thanks for getting me out of that mess.
Not just that fight. Ever since you became a quicker shot and learned to adjust for wind speeds on the fly, we've been taking fewer and fewer hits. Makes my job... You often worry about not doing enough. But in these 2.5 years, you've absorbed everything I know about stealth, reconnaissance...
Having you covering us from the rear makes every fight feel safer. But you still have a lot to learn about social...
Where did that come from? She's not leaving us. Even if she retires, she'll move into my house and I'll spoil her with loads of beautiful clothes. Sorry, I got carried away. Anyway, you're talented and hardworking. Over these 1,000 days, but I have to say one thing. You're always so sensitive and kind. Every time you see us, I get how you feel. When your squad mates trust you with their backs, your first instinct is to protect them, right? But that's not the way it should be. No one can shoulder it. Don't try to carry everything on your own. Choosing to fight on the battlefield is my resolve. Feel it. Share yours with me.
As long as you fight with all your strength, there's no such thing as failing to protect something. Because your will and our...
But don't let that weigh on you. Try to trust in us, just like we. I've struggled with that kind of thinking myself, but I eventually made my way through it. All this talk of camaraderie, of keeping each other's...
Exactly. Honestly, I'm sometimes terrified. Afraid that please, don't try to bear everything alone. Maybe you could...
Terrified? You'll blame yourself for failing to protect us.
Start relying on us more. This is getting way too sentimental. It doesn't feel like me anymore. Anyway, finally, we'd like to give you the song that's closest to us. If what we've said is hard to understand, just feel it through the music. Please, enjoy my masterpiece, Homecoming.
Alright, you know what? I'm not going to have a lot of space left for this video, so I'm going to cut this recording here, start a new one to finish this up.